Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video for Bookmas. Today I'm going to be talking about a little bit of a Christmas gift guide for the book lovers in your life. I might have some book girly boyfriends on here, maybe some parents of, people who just got into reading. I am going to have so many ideas in this video, ranging from a little bit more expensive to definitely more budget-friendly gifts. I definitely feel like this goes without saying, but the holidays are not about gifts. It is definitely about spending time with family. I think that's the most important part of the holidays, is taking time to settle down out of our crazy lives and just spend time with your loved ones. However, that being said, gift giving is definitely a huge part of the holidays nowadays. So I have some gift ideas. Yeah, hopefully if you don't even like any of these gift ideas, at least it gives you some inspiration for maybe something that you could make, kind of come up with your own little maybe book basket, something like that. Also, I did kind of change the settings on my camera, so if you watch my videos and have seen any of my past videos, if you like this quality any better, let me know. I'll put that in mind. I'm trying to up the quality of my videos. I've been editing and messing with the settings on my camera, so hopefully this is a little bit better. I got a sleepy Stella by me. So the first gift that I have is a little bit more expensive, and it is actually an e-reader. Now, I would recommend this for any book girly or book boys that you might be shopping for that love just reading, and they maybe have like a library card, they maybe use Libby. There are definitely some readers who do not like ebooks, so before you spend the money on this, definitely make sure that they're going to read the ebooks. Hi babes, can you sit down? Can you lay down? The personal e-reader that I would actually recommend is a Kindle. Now, I have a Kindle Paperwhite. It's a very small, just take it literally anywhere type of a thing. I have the one where you actually, like, it's a little bit cheaper and you get ads. You can also pay a little bit more and you'll get a Kindle that doesn't have ads. And then there are so many different types of Kindles. I think there's like the Oasis. There are some Paperwhites that have different colors, things like that. One thing that you could also get for them is some like book related stickers. That way they could decorate their Kindle, or just if you know that they like certain things, you can get them stickers so that they could put that on their Kindle. And then also you could get them like a little sleeve. There are definitely cuter ones than this. This is just like a basic one that I got on Amazon, but just some sort of like protective case that they can put their Kindle in when they go traveling. And then also, if you want to take it one step further, this is specifically for Kindles as e-readers. There is actually a subscription called Kindle Unlimited. I don't know, I was blanking on the name of it. It's either $11.99 or $12.99. You'll have to check on that because I honestly don't have it right now, so I don't know how much it is now. But it is a subscription service where you pay for once a month. You get like literally hundreds of thousands of books for free. Free being you're paying obviously for the subscription fee, but nothing on top of that. There are so many popular books that are on Kindle Unlimited, and so many books that they're on Kindle Unlimited and then they get so popular that they become traditionally published. I definitely think giving someone a Kindle if they do not already have one, or even if they do have one, paying for them to get Kindle Unlimited maybe for like a year, that is such a great present. You are gifting them like the unlimited number of books. They can read whatever they want at any time. Even if you may not have the money for giving them a Kindle, they can read on Kindle Unlimited on their phone if they just have the Kindle app. So I definitely recommend an e-reader. I love my e-reader. It makes me read so many books so much faster. Personally, when I go traveling, like I went to Vegas this past year, I brought this on the plane, and it makes it so much easier because you don't have to worry about the weight of your luggage. And I had like 3 books that I could just go in between on here downloaded. So I definitely recommend a Kindle or an e-reader. I actually used to have a Nook when I was in like middle school. I think they still exist. I honestly don't know many other e-readers outside of that. If you wanted, maybe you could get them like an iPad mini, and they could definitely download the Kindle app on there if they, maybe want to use it for like graphic design purposes, things like that too. An e-reader or some sort of tablet that they can read on would definitely be an amazing gift to give. So for me personally, when I give out gifts, I'm definitely the type of gift giver that I will do some sort of like theme, and I'll get them a ton of little things to kind of make up a sort of like themed basket, themed bag, whatever. When it comes to book readers, if your person that you're thinking of is someone who really loves to annotate, and here she is again. Which annotating is basically when they highlight, they'll tab pages, underline quotes in books. You could get them a little like annotation kit. Now you could start by getting them a copy of like their favorite book that maybe they don't want to annotate the copy that they already have. You could also take it one step further and you could give them an annotated copy of your favorite book or an annotated copy of their favorite book. And then you could get them, like, I know on Amazon a lot of booktube girlies have these. I think it's like very cheap, and it comes with countless colors, little like tabs that they can use for their books. Highlighters, pens. I really like Pilot pens. They're like the Pilot G some. I'll put a photo of them on the screen. So they're just like a very thin line. If you go on Amazon, you'd probably even be able to find some like very cute pens that you could get them. But just making like a little basket out of that, I think would be really cute, especially taking it that step further. And I think the thoughtfulness of someone giving someone an annotated copy of a book is just so beautiful. Personally, I think that's my favorite gift out of this list, is like, even in itself, just giving someone an annotated copy of either your or their favorite book is just so top tier, because it takes a lot of time to annotate a book. It's not a super expensive thing to do. Honestly, you could thrift a copy of the book and then just annotate it. But I think annotating a book is such a deep thing, and it's, when you're reading someone's annotated copy, it kind of brings you so close to them because you're reading their direct thoughts when, you know, they're reading this book. I really love that idea. I definitely would recommend that. I think it's very cute. I personally don't have any of these, but I've been seeing a lot of people talking about them. So a book sleeve. Usually you can find them on like Etsy. There are a lot of people that make these and sell these. A lot of times they're like crochet. It's kind of similar to how this is like a sleeve for a Kindle. It's basically just a sleeve to put your paperback in, so that, you know, if you throw it in your purse, you're not bending and damaging the book. This, I think, would be great for people who love reading physical copies and are always bringing books everywhere with them. They shouldn't be too expensive. You could probably find them anywhere, any sort of color or design. This idea is definitely, you can go more expensive with it or you could go cheaper with it. So I thought, you know, gifting someone a TBR cart would be kind of cute. These are very popular on BookTube. It is basically, you can get them honestly anywhere. IKEA, Amazon, Target, Walmart, literally everywhere has these. It's like these rolling carts. I think oftentimes they're actually used for like art supplies, things like that. A lot of people actually use them as like a mini bookshelf that they'll put all of their unread books on. I think TBR carts are so fun. I personally don't have one. I actually have a TBR shelf on my bookshelf, but if this is someone, you know, who is running out of space on their bookshelf, I think a TBR cart would be a great idea. And if you wanted to take it one step further, you could build the TBR cart for them and fill it up with some books that might be on their TBR. Book boyfriends or anyone who may need this little hack, if you do not know, like if you're shopping for specific books for them, if you don't know which books they've read, which books they haven't, go on their Goodreads account. I'll show the app what it looks like. Find their profile. Honestly, go on their phone if they will let you, if that's like not a weird thing, and go, there's a thing called TBR, stands for to be read, and it's all of the books that are on their wish list. You can definitely do that. I think that would be a fun little present, and you know, it's not that expensive, or you can bring it up and get them books on top of that. Or if you want to go a little bit more of an expensive route with them, and if this is someone who has books overflowing everywhere and maybe they need a little bit of a makeover when it comes to their home library, offering to buy someone bookshelves is such a gold mine of a Christmas gift, a birthday present, anything like that. Very popular on BookTube is, I believe it's the Billy shelves from IKEA. A lot of people get them in white. In my opinion, I would do this and maybe make like a card and say, your present is, I want to redo your at-home library. I want to buy you some shelves for your books. That way you make sure that you're buying them bookshelves that they like, and you know, maybe they might have the Billy shelves now, but they actually want to do something different. This is going to be a little bit more expensive. Bookshelves, in all honesty, are kind of expensive these days. I don't know, maybe even like making them a bookshelf, this would take a lot of talent and a lot of time, but you know, a homemade bookshelf from a loved one I think is so much more important and more meaningful. Can you tell that I like the thought about gifts more than the gifts themselves? The next little gift that I would recommend that I think is very cute, a lot of people make these. It's like a book nook kind of. It's basically like a separator that you'd put in your bookshelf, and it has like maybe like a little village, or it'll be like a scene from a book that they really like. I know like some of them are like Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. I've seen some of them that will be like the cafe and friends. It's basically just like a little scene and display of something, and they can put it in their bookshelves. It's like the size of a book, and it just kind of splits up the bookshelf, makes it a little bit prettier. If you were going to do that, I definitely would recommend trying to find out what their favorite book is if you do not already know it, kind of finding them a little book nook thing that is related to that book or book series. That one's a really cute one. I think if it goes with their aesthetic, I would do it. I don't love the idea of that on my bookshelf just because I like the look of just literally only having books, but if you know that there's someone who really likes the little knickknacks being on their bookshelves, that I definitely think is a good present that they would love. This next one is one that is definitely a cheaper present, but book readers are always needing these bookmarks. Now there are so many different types of bookmarks that you can get. You can get little magnetic ones that go on the sides of their pages. You can get like standard ones from Barnes and Nobles that maybe have like the fancy like tassel on the end of them. What I would recommend, maybe getting them a little bit of like a fancier personalized one. Some people make them in, it's like either glass or like plexiglass, and they'll have like a design on them, maybe like gold foiling, something like that. Literally, book readers are always using the most random shit to keep their space in a book. So bookmarks, it might not seem like it's going to be that great of a present, but trust me, we are always losing them. We need more. So get them a bookmark, even if it's just like a little random side thing that you add to like a gift idea. Bookmarks are always needed. Super easy. That also being said, if they do not have like a book light, all it is it's something that you clip onto your book so that you can read at night. You can point the light straight onto the pages. Or I've seen some people do this too. Honestly, when I first got my book light, I actually went into the store thinking I was going to get this. You can get them like a little like camping headlight. Basically, you wear it on your head so that no matter where your head is pointing, it's always facing the like where you are on the page. It's kind of more funny, but it's also super useful. So yeah, book lights, bookmarks, stuff like that, book readers always need. Something book readers are also always needing is like a comfy outfit for reading. Now this, I would kind of make like a little basket idea thing, like a themed gift. So maybe if you wanted to do like a cozy night in reading little gift box thing, you could get them like a really cute pair of pajamas. You could get them a new book to read, maybe like some bath salts, a face mask, things like that. A grout fit is like a matching sweatsuit, just something that they're gonna like veg in. They don't necessarily like need to get all dolled up. They're just gonna lay in bed and read for 8 hours anyways. Just some sort of like comfy, maybe leggings and a hoodie and socks, cozy socks, doing sort of like a cute little outfit, books, and then, you know, maybe if they really like tea, you could put tea in a mug in there. That's actually one of my next ideas too, is to do that sort of like cozy night in thing. You could get them like a mug. Now you could get as fancy as you want with this. I know at Target they make those mugs that like, it's either it has like a little like stand, or like they like, I don't even know how they work, but they basically like reheat the coffee and make sure the coffee doesn't get cold. You could definitely get one of those. They're probably expensive. I honestly have no idea how expensive those are. Or you could get just like a cute little $5 Christmas themed mug, and then get them their favorite tea, or if they like hot chocolate, if they really like coffee, get them that on top of like a book that they've been really talking about, something like that. The little things that you notice about a reader, if you sort of get them kind of a combination of a few items and make them, you know, a little present bag, I think just that's so super cute. You can tell what type of gift giver I am in this video. Something super easy if you have no idea what books they want. Boys, if you can't figure out which app on their phone is Goodreads, or you have no idea how to figure out which books they have not read, get them a Barnes & Noble gift card. Honestly, people are always at Barnes when it comes to like readers. We're always at Barnes, and even if we're not buying a book, we're there browsing. Okay, Barnes & Noble gift card. If you want to go a little bit of the opposite way, I've never been to a half price books, just because I honestly don't even know where one is close to me, but I believe they probably have gift cards too. Half price books is a used bookstore from my understanding, so you could also get them a gift card for there. Or if you want to really risk it, this I think is every book lover's dream. It is kind of one of those ideas of like a minute in a bookstore where any book that they pick up you're going to buy. Let let me warn you, if you know nothing about books, this is going to get very expensive very fast. A hardcover these days is like around $21. A like regular like paperback nowadays is going for like $16 to $18 sometimes. So be careful with that one if you cannot afford that. Maybe don't offer that, but it is such just a genuine funny when you watch videos of people who do that, because the girls are running around the Barnes and Nobles like they already know which books that they're getting. You can go as minimum as like 30 seconds to as crazy as 5 minutes. If you maybe need to ball more on a budget, offer that, but offer it at a half price books, something like that, so you're saving a little bit more money. That one I think would be an amazing gift, and I hope one day that someone gives me that gift, because I would die. I also don't know how I would react, because also the fun thing with that is you're gifting them that, but they have to redeem it at like a later date, so it kind of, you know, makes it special of being like, okay, on this day we're gonna go have breakfast, we're gonna get coffee, and then we're gonna go to Barnes, and you get to do this is your Christmas gift. And then, you know, maybe if you want to give them a gift that direct day, maybe you give them like a couple bookmarks, maybe some socks, something like that. I don't know. I love that idea. I think that would be so fun. So I really hope someone who is watching this video gets that as their Christmas gift, because that is literally every book lover's dream. Next book idea for like a Christmas gift is you could do either or. So I've seen a lot of people do like book bouquets, where you'll do a vase of flowers and then you'll take some books, and I believe it's like you kind of put them on like a stick and you wrap them up and put them in the bouquet. Or you can do a book advent calendar, so you can get them 12 books, wrap them up, and then label them for the days. That one is kind of gonna be like, if you're gonna give it to them a little bit early, like a little bit before Christmas, just because if you give them an advent calendar for Christmas, after Christmas, it's kind of pointless. That just idea of, you know, surprising them with a few different books on their TBR, super fun. When it comes to reading, most books have limited edition covers of like every single book. So like the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, most books will have like a European cover, an American cover, and then there are brands like Fairy Lou and things like that that will come out with special edition covers. What you could do is get them, maybe like I really love the UK covers of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, so I only have the American covers. The UK covers would be a great idea, you know, something like that. Or you could also see if you could find them like a signed edition for like the ACOTAR series, which is probably the main most popular series that people know when it comes to reading these days. If they really love that series and they really want the OG covers, you can maybe get them that. Getting them like a special edition, a lot of times like Barnes and Nobles will have exclusive editions of certain books. Finding out what their favorite book is and maybe seeing if you can find it signed by an author, or even like if they really want to start like a classics collection. The Barnes and Nobles, they're like the hard, I don't even know what they're called, but they're just these gorgeous copies of books. Those would be a great gift idea. I think they're maybe like 20 something dollars per copy, and a lot of times I believe it's in December. I think it's before Christmas, it might be after Christmas. There's usually like half off all hardcovers in the stores. I could be making that up, but I definitely feel like that's a thing. Another thing to, you know, accessorize their bookshelves, you can get them some bookends. Now you could go to places like Home Goods, TJ Maxx, things like that, and you'll be able to find bookends. I have some bookends that are like these agates that are just absolutely stunning. Places like Target will have them. You can get them super simple. You can get them just like clear acrylic ones. You can get them ones, I see a lot of times they'll have like French bulldogs, random things like that. But bookends are definitely great for like my top shelf on my bookshelf has a bookend, because that shelf isn't fully filled. So to make sure that my books aren't constantly tipping over, I use a bookend. And yeah, I think a thing like that, something to accessorize their bookshelves, would be a great idea. And you can definitely with that personalize it to the person that you're shopping for. You can get their favorite animal, or the bookend might be their favorite color, something like that. Just like a little thing that, you know, maybe they won't buy it themselves, but they would love it if they got it as a gift. Another thing that they might love but maybe won't buy themselves is a lot of readers actually listen to music while they're reading. So maybe a new pair of headphones. I believe I have the Bose Quiet Comfort ones. I really recommend those. They're soundproof. You know, some people really like AirPods. You could get the AirPod Pros. I've heard really shit things about those, so I don't know if I would ever recommend those, and they're super expensive. Or even like the Marshall, like I have a Marshall speaker. They have over-the-ear headphones that are just absolutely beautiful. You could definitely get them a pair of headphones that maybe are better quality than the ones that they use to read. I definitely would recommend that if they do listen to music while reading. I'm definitely a person who I can maybe do a tiny little quiet soundscape in the background, but I cannot listen to music in headphones. So I would kind of maybe hang out with them a few times and see how they read to see if they do actually put in headphones. But yeah, I think upgrading something like that is just so touching when maybe it's not something they asked for, but they're definitely going to appreciate and use in their everyday life after the holiday season. Another thing like that is some sort of like mood lighting when it comes to reading. I feel like I read a lot at night. When it comes to reading, I think the mood lighting is the best. Now, you could get them like a Himalayan, like salt rock lamp, like a lava lamp if that might be their style. I know they sell those like little projectors that project like stars and random colors onto the sky. Or maybe if they really would like a floor lamp, and you could get them some like color changing light bulbs, things like that. If you were to get them that, maybe get them some books on top of it, put it in a theme. That way they understand what it's for. I don't know. I feel like mood lighting is very important for people who read at night to kind of set the atmosphere. Maybe even a cheaper version of that would be getting them some candles. You could definitely get book related candles. If you go to Barnes and Nobles, they have book related candles that are like main character, this is the villain, I was about to say anarchist, the anti-hero. Jesus. You can get them book related candles. You can honestly even, I found a brand on Instagram that has like book related perfumes, and I'm very tempted to buy some because some of them sounded really good. Just little things like that. Another thing with this is there are so many like book related merch items. If you search on Etsy, a really popular one, Fourth Wing merch, you can find like college inspired t-shirts from the academy that is in that book. You can find ACOTAR like night court merch, book related merch, honestly like clothing, things like that would be really fun, especially when it's like book related merch that if someone's read the book they'll get it, but if it's just like a rando on the street they're just gonna think it's like a cool shirt. But that way also too, with that idea, you're also supporting like someone's business versus this big corporation. My last idea for a gift is a little book journaling kit. Now I would recommend this honestly for anyone. You can get them a book journal that is a guided book journal. You'll be able to find those at Barnes and Nobles, or you can get them like just a plain dotted grid notebook. Get them some markers. You could either get them those like Crayola ones with like the white pen and the color cap, or you can get super fancy with it. Honestly, if you have a Sam's Club membership, check their sections because they usually have a lot of really good like markers, pens, things like that for pretty cheap there. And then in the book journal, like if you're doing a little kit, you could also get them, I don't know what it's exactly called, but it's one of those little printers that prints out like mini stickers. That would be great for a book journal because then they can print out the cover of the book that, you know, they just read, and then they can write about it. Get them some stickers, book related stickers. That in a gift in itself is always a good thing to add. Maybe some washi tape, you know, some like journaling supplies, whether it's like just random scrap paper. You can probably go to like Joann Fabrics, places like craft stores, and find sort of like journaling supplies like that. Those were kind of all of my ideas. Hopefully you found something, and maybe if you didn't find an exact gift, you have an idea of something that you could come up with yourself for a book lover's Christmas present. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. I will see you in my next Bookmas video. Goodbye.